Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel. On point reviews all day, every day. To my old subscribers, welcome back yet again. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe and peruse, binge watch the entire channel because a lot of the big, huge comparisons are there, as well as the most popular perfumes on the planet are there on my video library. Anyways, we are going to talk about a fragrance comparison today that I thought I did a long time ago. I really thought I did, okay? I didn't know, okay? But here's what's going on, guys. So for the past like week or so, there's this huge surge in my tuxedo video, my YSL tuxedo video. A lot of people are watching it for some reason. And it's almost, I think it's been a year now, okay? This is the exact time of the year when my wife got me tuxedo for Christmas. And a lot of people really wanted to know more about tuxedo. Interestingly, it's happening yet again. So on my stats, it shows that tuxedo is one of my most viewed videos right now, a year after it was filmed. But here's the twist, guys. We are now in a different age, in my opinion, okay? Because now we got clones. We got cheaper alternatives. We got fragrances that kind of smell or really smell like the original, okay? I believe that's the real difference now than when I started reviewing last year. And because of that, you know, I got influenced to get the thing that a lot of people are saying is, you know, the alternative, the cheaper, way cheaper alternative, okay? So today we are going to talk about a couple of fragrances. Number one is YSL Tuxedo, all right? 1-year-old Tuxedo. And Rochas Moustache, which is the cheaper alternative, as people say. And I got this as a backup for this one. But of course, you know, this really never ran out. The only ones that run out in my stash is basically Coromandel, Roja Enigma Parfum Cologne, as well as Ardent by Boudicca the Victorious. Those are the three ones that really ran out to death. I warmed to death. This was close as well, but it never ran out. But I got this as a backup, okay? So I thought I really reviewed this one. I thought I hacked this one, but I know there's a lot of curiosities from you guys. Of course, there's a huge price disparity. This one, I believe, is $30 to $50, and this one is obviously on the 200 and up range. So we will be talking about both of these. What's the similarity? Why are people saying that this is close to this? Let's find out today. Let's hit the music. Okay, welcome back, guys. This is gonna be epic. YSL Tuxedo, Rochas Moustache. What's the dealio? What's the truth? Okay, so let's look into the notes really quickly. When it comes to YSL Tuxedo, you've got violet, you got coriander, you got bergamot on the top notes. On the mid notes, you've got black pepper, rose, and cardamom. And then on the base notes, you've got ambergris, an ambergris accord rather, ambergris accord, vanilla, patchouli. Okay, so that's YSL Tuxedo. When it comes to mustache, guys, this thing right here opens with mandarin and pink pepper. And then the mid notes are atlas cedar and rose. And then the base notes are benzoin, vanilla, and patchouli. Okay, so first and foremost, you're going to look at that and you're going to be like, wait a minute. That looks totally different. Okay, like, I mean, clones are almost, they use the exact same notes. And in some cases, they still smell different, yo. But in this case, you'll see that the notes of both are kind of different, okay? Like, so how are people saying that this is close to this, right? This one has violet. This one does not. This one has mandarin. This one does not. What's going on, guys? Okay, so just by looking at the notes, you're probably going to be like, what? What's going on? Why are people saying that mustache is really, really close and should be a cheaper alternative to tuxedo? Well, here's what it is, guys. So recently, guys, as you guys know, I mean, I amped up on my clone comparisons, guys, okay? And I've been very blessed to, you know, have the ability to talk to like the clone house owners, you know, definitely Masam, for example, from Dua. I mean, he's always there to answer my questions, especially if I have questions about, you know, how these clones develop. And one of the things that I notice nowadays is kind of different, you know, because I do review old like Duo clones, and I feel like the new ones are just different this time. I feel like their focus has changed, and I think this phenomenon is the same thing I'm seeing here with Moustache and Tuxedo, okay? Which is basically a lot of the clones now that are better focus more not on the progression of the scent, but rather what your senses pick up the most. It is the most, or you could say the closest to what you think the original is. Okay, so that's what I see now with the clones. Not so much on the progression, but on the meat and potatoes. You've seen me talk about that in a lot of my clone comparisons. Like it goes straight into the meat and potatoes. Now, what's the meat and potatoes here, guys? What is the YSL Tuxedo formula that's here in Moustache, okay? That's basically the elements of citrus, rose, and pepper, okay? Citrus, rose, and pepper. Those are the three elements in Tuxedo that's basically here that once you smell it, guys, is gonna pick up. You're gonna be like, wow, this is Tuxedo. Because it's something that you also smell here, okay? So that's the same thing I see in these clones nowadays that like a lot of people, when they smell it, they're like, oh yeah, this is it. I mean, it was the same way for me when I was trying a lot of these clones because it focuses more on what your senses pick up first, and it's the most indicative. It's the one where you really know, oh, that's it, rather than the whole progression. Because a lot of us, when we wear these perfumes, it's not like we nitpick the entire progression. Okay, but there will be people that do. Okay, so let's look into that. So the closest thing here, guys, is again that part: citrus, rose, as well as pepper. That peppery zing with that citrus. In this case, you got mandarin here. In this case, is a combination between bergamot and a little bit of citrus from that coriander. Okay, and then that pepper. This one has pink pepper. This one has black pepper. All right. And then you've got rose, both rose in the end to catch it. And that's really what it is. That's the signature YSL scent. Now, of course, there are differences. 100% there are differences. On Tuxedo, a lot of people say that this one is way smoother. And I agree. Why? Because, guys, the signature Tuxedo part doesn't show up immediately. Okay, you go through a phase of the violet floral with the bergamot and coriander. Okay, so this one, once you spray Tuxedo, there's that smooth, enjoyable violet part with the coriander and the bergamot before the peppery rose comes in. For those that are looking for that immediate Tuxedo signature smell, this one will give you that sensation in the beginning. Okay, now as it continues, this one progresses into its signature part where it goes into the pepper and rose, still with that citrus coriander to blend in with it. And that's really the great sensation with Tuxedo right here. And then I would say that the big difference too is that this is a lot spicier, okay, because this has cardamom. This has cardamom right here, and you have that ambergris accord, which I think is white musk. You know what I mean? I mean, it does sort of smell like ambergris, but it's also sort of like white musk in my opinion. And this creates a spicy, sort of like mid to dry down. All right. And of course, black pepper is a lot sharper in my opinion than bay rose. Okay. Now in this one right here, guys, after the Tuxedo sensation, basically, I mean, this goes into a sort of amber, more of an amber patchouli dry down, okay? But it's okay. It's just like a soft amber patchouli dry down. Here, you've got a spicy dry down with the cardamom, with the amber accord, and of course, the patchouli here is way more prominent. A lot of people who like patchouli, they also like Tuxedo because the patchouli is definitely more prominent. Here, it's sort of like 50-50. You have some amber and then you have patchouli, half and half on that dry down. So yeah, that's basically what it is, okay? So this one does have the signature smell of YSL Tuxedo, but it definitely lacks in that first part, which is quite important, okay? There are some fragrances that Okay, if you clone them, sure, that would be nice to smell the imprint of that fragrance. But guys, of course, let's not forget that with a fragrance, there's always going to be that first part. There's that top notes going into the mid notes part. And if that's pretty spectacular, then, I mean, no, you can't erase that. You know what I mean? You can't just go right into the mid just because you want it to smell like YSL Tuxedo. I mean, for YSL Tuxedo, it goes through that lovely first part that this one doesn't have. And then, of course, the first part and the mid part of this, kind of similar, but then dry down. Of course, YSL Tuxedo kicks butt because of that spicy cardamom, ambergris accord, and a lot more prominent smoky patchouli. Then this amber patchouli dry down that to me is pretty soft actually. It's not something I really like specifically, okay? And that's the reason why, if you can see, I mean, I barely used this one, okay? And this one right here, look, I mean, it's below 50%. Because I use this a lot more, okay? I mean, I really do believe in the progression of fragrances, and you gotta enjoy that whole part. There's no way, I mean, there are some fragrances that, okay, fine, they're like a 1K, and for $50, you can smell the imprint of it. Wow, that's a huge savings. But in this case, guys, this isn't 1K. This one I know is on the 175 range, and then this one here is, what, 50 something or 70 something? I don't know. But like I said before, guys, I mean, this is just an imprint of this one, but definitely not the same in terms of the development, the progress of the fragrance. I don't think they're even in the same ballpark. But who am I to judge, okay? Here's the thing, guys. If you really don't have the budget of this one, guys, I mean, you do have alternatives. You have this as an alternative. Definitely will give you the imprint, like I said, or maybe there are clones out there of YSL Tuxedo. I've not tried the duo version. If you have the duo version, you want to send it to me, great. Let me know. Hit me up on my Instagram if you want to send me the duo version of Tuxedo. But I mean, ultimately, like I said, this one does not have the progression and dry down of this one. So ultimately, I choose Tuxedo as the better one out of the two, without a doubt, okay? And again, that is evidenced by the usage. Look at this. This is almost done. This is below 50%. Right here, this is pretty much full. I mean, this is hiding somewhere. So, I guess this is not a backup. You know, I might eventually trade this one, okay? So until then, yeah, thank you for watching this comparison, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and watch my other comparison videos. Man, it's been a while, actually, since I've done a comparison video like perfume versus perfume. Hope you guys liked it. Hope it shed some light on the closeness or differences between these two, because I know this is something a lot of people are curious about. And I love both of them. It's just I like Tuxedo more, okay? So if you want to watch my Tuxedo video, I'll link it at the end of the video. And until then, guys, have a great day yet again. This is Troy D. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Peace.